our weekly City Hall updates. Mayor, welcome to July.
It's here. Summer is here. Almost over.
Yes.
July 4th. Summer's over.
That's it. That's what my great-grandmother would always say.
Oh, God, that was so depressing when we heard that. No, summer's certainly here weather-wise, and certainly the activities are raring to go.
Yeah, years past 4th of July weekend is typically kind of quieter in Quincy, but not this year.
Yeah, we obviously we had the regular events. I sat on O'Hara Circle at 9 for flag raising, and they have a little bike parade, and then we go over to Squantum for their parade, 10:30, I think, and then we come back to Marymount for their parade. Then we head to Marina Bay at 3 o'clock. We're doing the opening of what will be a weekend of activities out at the boardwalk at the marina. So those folks that don't have the chance or ability to get away, this gives something for families to do. And it's a great spot at Marina Bay to start with. Really is a gorgeous spot. A lot of great businesses out there. So we encourage people to check out the website and check it out. It's free, and go out and enjoy it. It starts again on the 4th that afternoon, then it goes most of the day Saturday and most of the day on Sunday.
Yep, the first ever Quincy Maritime Festival for Quincy 400. Quincy400.com is that website that you mentioned, and it is just jam-packed full of live music, entertainment. There's lots of family, children activities, plenty of food and drink, of course, and you get to see boats up close and in person.
How do you get any better than that?
And really, the weather right now, believe it or not, looks fantastic.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Exactly.
We had due. Law of averages were way overdue.
Yes.
So let's hope it's a good one. And where the 4th falls on a Friday and the whole weekend, it doesn't happen that often, but it's pretty cool.
Exactly, yeah. We should remind folks, too, the Adams National Historical Park has events planned as well right on Independence Day, both at the birthplaces and then at the Church of Presidents later on in the afternoon, too. Yeah, so plenty going on for sure.
Absolutely.
Dorothy Quincy Homestead has a chocolate-making demonstration going on Saturday.
Wow.
Yes.
That sounds interesting.
And then a big concert on Sunday, too, right?
That's correct. I think it's a swing band Sunday afternoon up on the con. Yep.
So, I
don't want to hear anybody call and say there's nothing to do.
There's no shortage of things, that's for sure. And the Friends of the Ruth Gordon Amphitheater have got a big season going on already.
Yep.
With their Friends Fridays events. So, my gosh, there's something almost in every corner of the city, really, this year.
Yeah, it's awesome. It really is. And I've been out and about and heard from a lot of people how great a year it's been and how they're looking forward to the big concerts. But it's great stuff. I certainly thank everybody that's involved. There's so many people involved in all these activities because they love the city.
I encourage folks, too, when they're out at the Maritime Festival to check out, if you haven't seen it, the new Naval Park there that was dedicated. It pays tribute to the history of the maritime tradition there that a lot of folks might not be aware of. Yeah.
Indeed, and it honors some admirals and some other Navy notables, and it's really a beautiful spot. I know that when it was under construction, there was a lot of questions, but once it was finished up, Rich Houghton, who's an architect with landscape architect with Halverson, he's a Quincy kid, and he's very, very talented. He did a nice job, and of course others involved in it, but he was the key. It's really beautiful. It's the spot it's on the corner of the boardwalk, and the sailor looking out on the ocean towards Boston. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of meaning there, and of course, as you know, there's a shipbuilding facility there, and then a naval air station. So It's a perfect spot to tell the history.
Yeah, and really first time in many, many years that the naval history of that area has been kind of memorialized and signified. It really wasn't much there before to indicate that there was a naval facility there.
That's exactly right.
Sure.
There was some stuff out on the old runways when that was done over years ago, but most people don't go out to the old runways.
Right.
So yeah, exactly. It's really very fitting, and encourage people to check it out.
Sure. Mayor, I was hoping you could comment a bit on some news earlier this week about the Fashion technology program at Quincy High School, and I guess enrollment is dwindling, so the superintendent's taking a closer look at that, maybe phasing it out over the next several years.
Yeah, those are the difficult decisions that have to be made, from time to time over the years. I mean, sometimes you have to prioritize. If there's not the interest of the bodies, we're better off spending some resources somewhere else where more kids would be taking advantage of things. So I know he's done some analysis on it, and I'm sure we'll have further discussions. But these things aren't easy, and I know a lot of kids over the years that took the program and did well with it, have a lot of excitement about it, and hate to see it go away. And I get that too. So we'll have more discussions on it. But as I've said, it's happened to other programs over the years. If you don't have the bodies in the program, then why waste resources? Those resources maybe could be applied to another area where more kids would be involved and participate. So a little further discussion on it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, possibly integrating it into another curriculum.
That's correct. I mean, that's what the stuff they're looking at, and I leave that to the professionals.
Sure.
The superintendent Mulvey and assistant superintendent Creed and the whole superintendent leadership team. They're pretty astute. They're pros. They'll figure it out.
Okay, very good. Today, being 1st of July, is also the beginning of the new fiscal year here in the city and in the state as well. And it looks like there might be a state budget in place for the first time in a long time, on time.
Yeah, I read that yesterday. I was reading through that. I didn't, it wasn't a whole lot of details, but it seems that the governor, the Speaker of the House, Quincy's own Ron Mariano, and President of the Senate have come to terms. So that is a good thing. It gives certainty to certainly municipalities and other state agencies. So, I haven't seen all the details yet, what the final numbers mean to us, local aid, et cetera. But I do know that the earmark to help us with the garage for the medical building is in there. That survived, so that's a good thing.
It's was that $500,000, I think?
This is the $25 million towards the garage for the Beth Israel Medical Building.
Ah, okay, over at General's Bridge area. Gotcha.
McConville Way.
Sure. Yep. Any indication yet how the city budget will be impacting taxes this year, Mayor?
No, under our, the way we're built in Massachusetts with 2.5, every city and town goes up every year on the taxes. That's just how it's built. That's how we fund local government. So, there'll be an increase this fall. We haven't figured the number yet, but that's just how it is.
Sure. Summer is here, of course. What's going on in the public buildings, and particularly the schools this year?
Yeah, this is the time of year they get caught up in some of the major projects in the school buildings. Some cases it's the creation of some new classrooms, shifting of populations, all kinds of things. I know Commissioner Hines, his team, they work with the superintendent and try to knock out all those big work orders during the summer while the kids are out of the school. Although some of the schools do have summer programs, so that's not a perfect system. But you certain projects you just can't do it while kids are in school. So it's a good time of year for the buildings to get caught up on a lot of projects. And of course, the custodians go through every building, stripping every floor, cleaning, sealing, waxing, and so by September everything looks really beautiful when the kids come back.
Are you where you want to be in terms of road work this summer?
Yeah, we are where we are expected to be. So, it's nice to see these roads getting buttoned up. I mean, and I've certainly heard that from a lot of people. And the first day after Southern Artery was paved, the first coat, we had complaints of speeding. So, which is typical. If I wrote the book, that would be part of it. And sometimes it's a case of it feels like they're going faster because they've been going so slow because of the conditions of the road,
Yes.
But, we have the police do spot enforcement on those kinds of things. But overall, I mean, Newport Ave is coming to finish. Southern Artery, they're resetting the curbs. They'll get the second coat, final coat on that. Furnaceburg Park will be done. I mean, that's the major project that, National Grid had undertaken. So their contract is finishing up. A little ways to go, but finishing up. We've got a number of projects going on. Adams Street is the Adams Mansion end is the pavement is finished. They're doing the putting the decorative lighting up, which is really gorgeous. The other end, Adams End, will be repaved. Sidewalks are being done as we speak. A lot of side streets being worked on now. Aline Street, Bridge Street, a number of spots around the city. So we're making tremendous progress. And I know it's frustrating and disruptive for people, but at the end of the day, it's well worth it.
Sure. And finally, Mayor, last week when we talked, you hinted at another pop-up concert later this year, and now we know it's the Dropkick Murphys.
Yes, they reached out to us several months ago, and with their Quincy roots, they wanted to do something, participate. So, yes, July 12th, I think 4 o'clock, Hancock Street in front of President's Place. They'll be staged and doing a free concert, so we certainly welcome people. We'll have, plenty of security around and plenty of help around, and hopefully we're not inundated, but I do expect there'll be a large crowd for that.
I think there'll be fireworks of a different type for sure.
Well, let's hope everything goes well.
Indeed. Speaking of, any more fireworks this year?
Nothing new yet.
Okay.
Still contemplating that. We get so much going on.
Perhaps some vestiges of the Flag Day Parade and the upcoming local parades?
Yeah, we're looking at that. I just had that conversation earlier. We're talking about using some of the floats. The challenge is the way we built out those floats, meaning we boxed out the dump trucks as well as the trailer. They're actually driving the routes to see if they've got the turning radius. I mean, Squantum should be easy. It's one big loop.
Yeah.
But Marymount, there's a lot of cuts and crosses Quincy Shore Drive, and there's many turns as it goes over Samoset, Longwood, Woburn, coming back and turning. So I'm actually going to physically try it out today to see if it'll work, because you don't want to get stuck in the middle of the parade and hold everything up. So just checking that out, and then hopefully we'll be able to put 2 or 3 floats in each of the parades.
Yeah, there's a lot of those big flatbeds don't bend in the middle.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Perhaps the historic flags, though, could make an appearance. I thought those were just stunning, really.
They were, but the problem is you got to have people carry them.
I know.
And in both Squantum and Marymount, the neighborhoods are already working, building floats and participating in many ways. So, it is a nice site, and we'll probably institute that as a regular now for Flag Day parades. But we're going to incorporate it whatever we can from the 400 into the 2 Marymount and Squantum parades, and then see what happens after that.
Very good. Mayor, I want to take a minute, wish you, your family, your staff a very happy and safe Independence Day.
Well, thank you, Joe, and to you also. We stand on the shoulders of Adams and Hancock and Quincy, and we walked the same grounds they walked, and they literally created what we're enjoying today. I mean, people should just pause for a moment, and whatever faith tradition, thank God for the place that we live. I know we have challenges, but you look around the world, and boy, oh boy, it's a great place, and you're allowed to live in freedom. And again, I look at the challenges around the world. It's whether it's in Africa or Middle East or Ukraine and Russia. It's hard to believe this day and age we have invasions of countries, but it's still happening. And we, though I know a lot of people complain about things, we have it damn lucky here. So let us be grateful.
Absolutely. We'll talk with you next week, Mayor.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep, bye-bye.